7 Weeks in Asia is an exhilarating summer mission where young people aged 15 to 25 travel across Asia armed with only their backpacks and the good news of Jesus Christ. Join us as we bring the gospel into Cambodia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and all across Thailand with 7 Weeks in Asia. This is Continuum, and we'll take you there.
When you think of all the wonderful options that our young people have, our kids and our grandkids, to go on a short-term missions, you have to wonder why 7 weeks in Asia? I mean, this trip is grueling, and the difference is that this is a real missions trip led by real full-time missionaries, where all of our senior missionaries, team members are, ready and willing to impart the things that we've learned over some 30, 40 years into the lives of our young people. And what happens is a tremendous change every time we get young people to go to the far reaches of Cambodia and the Philippines and Thailand and Malaysia, wherever it may be. God comes in and changes lives, and that's what 7 Weeks in Asia is for.
Hey, my name is Chris. It's tonight here in Thailand. We're on our way to begin our 7 weeks in Asia as we go to the airport to pick up our youth that have decided to have their lives changed and come to Asia and experience what God has for them on the mission field.
10 young people from Asia and the West have gathered to surrender the next 7 weeks to God, expecting this summer mission to be the beginning of a new level of commitment in their relationship with Jesus.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Bartson and I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
My name is Theomi. I'm from Thailand.
I'm Min from Thailand.
My name is Melody Gay and I'm from Three Hills, Alberta, Canada. I am Ariella Valley and I am from Edmonton, Alberta.
My name is Leanna Risk and I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
My name is Jacob Redner. I come from Arnprior, Ontario.
I'm Matthew Todd. I'm from Blackie, Alberta, Canada.
I am Heather Gorley. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
I'm Rachel Bartson. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
I was able to come here because of two godly women from my church, Anita and Mary Lou. They told me about 7 weeks in Asia. I took a few minutes to decide and I said, yeah, sure, I'm going. And we were able to fundraise all the money in 3 weeks, and here I am.
I was able to come to 7 weeks with the support of my church family just completely backing me up. I had some money saved and also just, picking up loose change off the ground, bottles, that sort of thing.
I began my fundraising process not too long ago, which is a little scary, but it all came in within about 4 weeks, so that was an answer to prayer. My hands were a little sweaty, but it was really cool to see the support of all my family and my friends who were very generous and were able to donate what they had. I was very blessed through that process. It was cool to see everyone give what they had or what they didn't have. Thank you for sending me to 7 weeks in Asia.
It's really neat to be here, really challenging for me to get used to these things, I think. It's hard to communicate, to get across what I'm saying, not even just language-wise, actually trying to say things.
I have never been outside of North America. This is actually my first time on even a plane, so it's definitely an adventure for me.
I like plans, and none of this is planned. It'll be good to have to just let God control everything and not know what it's going to expect.
I don't know any Thai. It's kind of hard, but I think I can get used to it.
About language and about preach because I'm not really good about that, and but I think God will help me.
หนูเป็นคนที่ปรับตัวยากนิดนึงเวลาที่ออกนอกบ้านแล้วก็ต้องมาอยู่รวมกับคนอื่นค่ะรวมถึงภาษาแล้วการรู้จักกับเพื่อนใหม่ด้วยค่ะ
I don't really know what to expect because it's my first time like out of my house, sorta. I'm just more nervous for right now, but
I'm expecting to grow my relationship with God. I don't like to stay at the same place. I want to be pushed to the next level.
I'm expecting to be blown away and come back completely in love with him all over again.
I know God's going to do some really awesome things. He's really trying to, even though I'm young, I know he's trying to kick me up and say, you can do this, doesn't matter how old you are, whoever, where you come from, whatever.
Right now, I don't really have a lot of expectations. Actually, one of the things that came out when we were prayed for as a group going from our church was that we need to come with expectations. And right now, I'm not sure what to have as expectations, but I think over the next few days, through some prayer and just being here, we'll be able to come up with some.
I think that I'll learn a lot about another country and just missions. It's my first mission trip, but hopefully I'll be able to do more and impact me for the rest of my life and the direction that I take in my life.
I know God is going to change my life in so many ways. I have no idea how or when or will be in part with that, but it's going to happen. I know it.
I expect my life will be changed forever. This is going to be an amazing trip, and I've heard amazing things about it.
Extreme Youth Ministry is a hub of heavy metal rock music located in central Thailand. The music draws the youth so that passionate believers can preach a message of hope every Friday night. This is the first ministry stop for the 7 Weeks team, less than 24 hours after landing.
Tonight we were here with the Extreme Youth. We had a lot of fun.
It was really cool to come here and see how the youth from the city have a place to go and just hang out and have fun and practice their music and whatever. It was really neat.
The drama that we did is a very common one that many of us have probably seen in our Western Canadian culture. Basically, it's a creation, fall, redemption story. So it begins with God creating the world and then man's fall into sin, and then completing it with the good news and the hope that Jesus came for us and died for our sins. It's really impactful. It goes through the whole process of why we live in a fallen world and why we need Jesus to save us.
Today I preached on worry and anxiety and how it weighs us down and how it keeps us in bondage, and the only way to live in peace is to really give it to God and let Him take care of it, because it's not worth worrying about. It was kind of hard to trying to remember my train of thought, but I think I got my message across.
Hi, I'm Pastor Charlotte Quist from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, and I am a mom of one of the girls who has just recently finished the 7 Weeks in Asia. Last summer was her year there, my daughter Amy. The program is designed to help them find the edge of themselves physically and spiritually and relationally, and they do bump into walls. And so good to have your kid on the other side of the world dealing with the edge of themselves, because we all know at the edge of yourself is where God begins. From a parent, I want to encourage you, this might be exactly exactly the right thing for your child, because there's something that he might need to get through to them that can only be found when they're away from their friends, they're away from their family, they're away from the security that they know. And I would really encourage you. It's a good program. They don't die. It's fine. They come home healthy and strong and safe and very much built up in the Lord. And so bless you as you pray about sending your child.
So I'd like to invite you guys to come on 7 Weeks in Asia. It's an amazing time, filled with a lot of adventures, excitement, and there's a lot of fun in the ministry that we get to do. So that's why I'd like to invite you to come to 7 Weeks in Asia.
So today we started out with a workout at 6:30 a.m. We went to a workout center by the beach and just did what we could do at our fitness level.
Then we went back and had breakfast. Delicious breakfast, actually.
And then we headed over to BBCI and we helped get the stuff for our ministry today.
Right now, we're just loading stuff into the truck, some music stuff, so we can go to the detention center where we can play some music, do some drama, tell some testimonies, and hopefully open up their hearts to the Lord.
Soon Panit Youth Detention Center houses juvenile delinquents, most of whom come from broken families. The majority of these prisoners have never heard the gospel. Today, the 7 Weeks in Asia team will share a message that, if received, could alter the course of these young prisoners' lives forever.
We played some games. Then we had some dramas. There was some music.
Everyone was dancing, and it was a fun time.
And we got everyone jumping and dancing, and that was a lot of fun, and it looked like they really enjoyed it.
I gave my testimony. I thought it was really good. We were able to minister to the youth in the detention center.
It's great that we go help and share about the word of God to them, give them like God loves them.
Today has been good. I kind of surprised myself with just With the youth detention center, I thought in a shell that we kind of broke out of it and we were dancing with the people and helped get them involved, which was...
It was really interesting, everything with people being different and like the culture, and it's just a lot to take in for the second day, but it's good and I'm learning lots and God is just really good.
My name is Chris, and I'm here with Matthew Todd and with Heather. And today we had an exciting day. 7 weeks in Asia. It's rolling along. And today, what are some of your thoughts on what we did today?
We got up early and worked out, so that was great to get out and wake up early.
Righteousness is so important for us. And it's not like, yeah, I'm perfect and, you know, it's sinless perfection. No, it's accepting the fact that Jesus died for me. And his righteousness is good enough for me, right? So it's not about me trying harder to please God, it's about me accepting what God has done for me.
And then we went to Thai church. It was interesting to go to church in another language. Couldn't really tell what they were saying, but it was still good anyways.
Yeah, so what are some of the things that you notice are different from, say, Thai, the way that the Thais do church than how we would do it in Canada?
Well, for me, they're a lot more energetic. And they're just like, they're so willing to like sing out and like lift their hands and just be all out for God and just.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, and we'll see a lot of that throughout our time in 7 weeks. Different languages, 4 different languages we'll experience. And then this afternoon, you guys hung out with the youth from the Extreme. How was that?
It was interesting because we didn't really know a lot of Thai and they don't know a lot of English, but it was good anyways.
Yeah, and those are the relationships you guys will build throughout, and you'll be friends with these guys on Facebook. And it really encourages them that, you know, they have friends from the West and things like that.
What is your order?
Rice and chicken and curry, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, you don't want to try the frog?
No, I really don't want to try the frog.
You want to try something special?
I want to try some things.
What about frog?
Not the frog. Very much not the frog.
And tomorrow we got a busy day ahead. We got some schools that we're going to go and do some ministry in and do some more dramas and do some more preaching and games. It's going to be great.
I'm a senior pastor from Ottawa, Canada. I have a son named Jacob. And of course, every dream of a pastor is that their son or daughter would rise up in their footsteps and enter into ministry. One thing I know is that I can't tell my son to enter into ministry. I just said, God, I put him in your hands. All of a sudden, one day, there were 2 ladies in our church that spoke to my son Jacob and said, Jacob, you should go to the 7 weeks in Asia. He went upstairs just to think about it, and immediately God turned him around and he said, I'll go. He spent 7 weeks in Asia, transformed his life. 4 different nations he visited in Asia. He came back a new man. He came back and announced to everybody that he wasn't going to go to college for business, but he wanted to go to Bible college. He wanted to get into ministry and work alongside of his dad. Wow, I was so amazed. If you have a son or a daughter, I say send them. If you are a teenager, come to 7 weeks in Asia. It will change your life.
There was a young guy named Jeremiah, and he said, I'm too young to do anything. God said, Jeremiah, don't you say that. In fact, I'm going to put words in your mouth, command you what you should say. And when you get there, don't be afraid of the people, because I'm going to deliver you in every situation. And of course, Jeremiah did tremendous things for God. God delivered him. He saw many great miracles. Trouble with some people is they never go anywhere. They don't need to be delivered. They don't need to see a miracle. This is 7 weeks in Asia, and we will take you to the far reaches of the earth where you need the deliverance of God. You need to see God come through for you with miracles, and it will change your life.
right now we were at a really big Catholic school. Today we are going to be doing some dramas and some games, and we are going to be teaching some English to the kids and that sort of thing.
Durasamut is a private Catholic school with a high standard of education. Although Catholic, there is almost no Christian witness here, and the opportunity for the 7 Weeks team to minister here is an open door for future ministry to occur.
And I'm with Rachel and Heather. Today we are in Durasamut School. And Rachel, can you tell us what are we doing today?
We are playing games with the kids. The Oreo game where you put the Oreo on your head. Skits, dramas, just hanging out with the kids. They're having a lot of fun actually. And learning English. Learning some English.
Was it hard teaching the students English here?
Yes, it's it's not too hard, but it's hard. And also they don't really want to listen. They like to talk a lot, so that makes it really difficult.
And Heather, what are your thoughts about today?
It's really cool to see how they memorize so well. I don't think I could go to a different language school and memorize 7 different questions all at once. And it's just cool to see how interactive they are and how much fun they're having, really. And it's great seeing them really want to learn, but smiles, and it's just cool. All cool in general. I think it's kind of sad to know that it's a Catholic school and there's no real teaching of the Bible. That's what a Catholic school should be. Just being here and not knowing, it's just like a public school. It's just like a regular school.
We have Catholic schools in Canada, and they have to do chapel, and they have to pray, and they have to learn about God. That is in the curriculum. But here, where they don't know much about God at all, but they're in a Christian school, is kind of different and weird for me, I guess.
It's really saddening. I don't know, I just feel like they could be taught so much because there's so much opportunity in a school like this that's not being used, doesn't have the opportunity they should be having.
I think it's kind of sad, but I think it's also, I think it's fairly common, even in Canada. You can go into a school that claims to be Christian or Catholic and you don't necessarily see the evidence of it there. So it's not just a Thailand thing. At the same time, they were very open to letting us come in and do our thing and of a drama that told the gospel story. So I think that with a foot in the door, it's a little bit easier now to go back and continue and try and help those kids get more of a teaching about God.
So we're here at the mall, Robinson Mall, here tonight. We're setting up for tomorrow because we're going to be doing a big fundraiser all day for a children's home. We're going to be doing some big dramas and some singing. We're going to have some singers come over. We're going to be having some games and some fun things for the kids to do. We spent all day making these games, and it's going to be really fun. We're really excited for it.
The El Shaddai Children's Home was established by Dr. Alan Terry Purvis to rescue orphans from the Vietnam War. Today, the El Shaddai II Home is raising a new generation of children with the gospel. Today's outreach will raise funds for these children.
So today we're at the mall. We are doing an outreach. So there's going to be a whole bunch of different bands playing. We have some different activities for the children today.
We have a band playing with lots of music. We had a drama and one testimony for the 7 Weeks in Asia team.
We have games to all the people that come and enjoy with us, and all the money that they give to us, we'll give to the children home.
We have coloring, and we have an Angry Birds game, and balloons, and a human, like you can paint the Heather shirt. And today I'm handing out flyers to help children learn English, and I'm also helping out with the coloring.
Hey guys, today we're at Pastor Al's house getting ready to go to a college.
We're at MBAC School today. I'm here with Leanna Risk. So Leanna, tell us a little bit about what we've been doing up to today.
Well, we've been working in a couple of different schools, but this is the first time we've been with this age group. So we had to kind of modify what we've been doing to fit with the ages. We had a lot of fun. We did some, we started off with the funky chicken, which they really seemed to like. Of English lessons that they really seemed to pick up. They really enjoyed the telephone game that we did. We did a drama. Taught them some English phrases that we would use on Facebook, that kind of thing. So I think it was really good. It was nice to have a smaller group this time too.
Well, tomorrow we're going to Pattaya, so we're going to be sleeping overnight, and we're going to be doing some ministry in a different group altogether, going into slums, into prisons.
Coming up next week, the 7 Weeks team travels south to the notorious Sin City of Pattaya, one of Asia's famous tourist destinations. The sex and drug trade keeps this city functioning, but behind the glamour, the money, and the lights are broken families and shattered lives. The 7 Weeks team walk boldly into this oppressive city to bring light to those who sit in darkness.